people asking for a Myro video, so we're gonna take a look at this thing, see if we can figure out what is going on here, right? With this. So, first off, okay, let's take a look as far as drawdown goes. Man, oh man, yeah, it's definitely taking a beating, right? The things look like they're turning up for the rest of the market. They do. Okay, this being pulled. What was it up? I think it was pulled up Binance, wasn't it? One of the big exchanges ended up dumping it. I know you can't trade it on weeks anymore, right? So looking for a push towards the upside here, right? You can see out on a weekly that 9 EMA is definitely proven to be a problem, right? Each time it's came back up to it, it's got rejected off of it, pushed down, came back up, touched it, got rejected off it, pushed down, and it's coming back up towards it here again. Alright, if we zoom in here, what are we on here? This is a weekly chart. You can see how perfectly that 9 played here, right? Came back up, hit, rolled back over. Alright, now let's go in on a daily and take a look, right? Once again, that 9 is staying pretty tight with it. Now, if we come down through and take, first thing you're gonna want to see out of this, right, is a break of a resistance level. Okay, right down through here. You're gonna want to see this resistance line break. Okay, pull probably back up through here. Let's see. Right about there, right? You're going to want to see that break before you're going to see any traction to the upside. Now, if we take a look at the RSIs, that daily just about reset, right? It's at a 0.00 and a 7.72. It has not been to the bottom, to the absolute bottom, since way back here, okay, which was we're going on 54 days ago, almost 2 months ago. All right, that RSI hit absolute bottom. Did it do much after that? No, not a whole lot, right? Ended up, of course, what are we out on? Ended up running up. It's still a decent move, right? 22%. Okay, time before that, we're on a daily. The time before that, where it came back down to the complete bottom, was back over right there, right? Okay, you ended up overall, that proved it to be a bottom in here. You can see with the RSI, you can see with the trend line. Let's put one across there, right there. Okay, you can see when that RSI bottomed out, and proved to be the bottom. It hit bottom, came back, touched again, and this thing ended up running up. 98%, 99%. Okay, now let's check that on the weekly. Let's see. Alright, right there. Last time it was on the bottom, that's when it made that big run up here, right? That's when it was at a 1, and a 1.8 and a 2. Okay, we're at a 2.6 and a 5.5 out on the weekly. On the monthly, we're at all zeros. Okay, tomorrow starts a new month. Let's look at the other time frames here. The 12-hour looks great, right on the flat bottom. Do we have any divergence on the daily? Any bullish divergence? Anything here to give us a clue? No, not really. You come back here, you have this low, you have a higher low in the RSI, but it's the whole way back here. Alright, if it was closer here, I'd consider that relevant, but the whole way back here, I do not. Gonna want to see a break above 0.0033. Okay, you get above that, then this thing is going to have some traction. Could that be coming up? Definitely could be, right? Daily RSI is almost there. The weekly is definitely down there. Your monthly is down there. The 12-hour looks great. The 8-hour right on the flat bottom, and your 4-hour, yeah, everything is down there, right? Even on the 4 here, if it holds right here, that could be a pretty good sign. You get this, then you'd have a higher low coming in over here, right? That could be a pretty good sign here. Let's go on to 12 and take a look. That point 0, that 0.0033, that breaks, and this thing could get a pretty decent run here. All right, now if we take a measured move here, let's go back out on the daily. Let's see where we're at with this fib. The fib saying it could push down a little bit, some more here even. That could happen tonight, by the time this it ended up taking out this low right back here. You can see it just did that now, so probably 1 hour's rolling. 1 hour's almost down there, right? You got some bullish divergence starting on a 1 hour. You got this low here, right? And you have a higher low coming in. All right, so who knows when this thing could start back up. The RSI is looking pretty decent, man. I mean, it is definitely getting to absolute oversold for sure. The 12-hour, everything is just about down there. All right, this 12 is just about in 15 minutes going to start a new candle. Or no, I apologize. That'll be another 6.5 hours. This 12-hour, but 12-hour is, damn, man, that's so close. Still pushing down on the regular RSI down here on the bottom. You can see it's still pushing pretty straight down. So what if it makes it down to this point 0028, if it makes it down there, I would be definitely looking for a bounce here, right? I mean, it's getting pulled pretty far back away from that trend line again here. Each time you change the time frame, you're going to change your trend line. That's out on a 12, a daily. Looks good on that trend line. Like I said, a break above this point, and it looks like Bitcoin is going to make a run here. We're in a long over there in Discord, 0.033. Yeah, a break above that, and I would say that would be very, very good news. Where could it go if it breaks above that? Well, let's get this off here. Hard to say, really. I mean, if you go with a regular retracement, which would be a 618, right? I mean, that would end up being a heck of a move. Yeah, you'd be looking at about 100% move, 0.006. And if it would happen to keep going from there, the only reason I think it might be getting there, Bitcoin. All right, look at Bitcoin on the daily. Look at Bitcoin on the weekly, the RSI, 36 and 35, showing a little weakness there. That should straighten up if this thing's turning back up. The monthly, 0.7 is 0.24. Tomorrow is a new monthly candle. All right, and I just showed this over my Bitcoin video, which I thought was a pretty interesting fact here, right? Last time Bitcoin topped over here 2017, came back to retest the top right over here, and that's proved to be a bottom. Messed around for a while yet. These are monthly candles. I'm not saying we're going into a new bull run, right? Here was your technical top for 2021. Came back down to touch it right here. Is at the bottom. We'll see, right? It's going to be interesting here for sure. We get a push up through 75,000 in Bitcoin. It definitely has a pretty good chance of going quite a bit higher, up towards the 83 to 86. If it gets up through there, if it gets up through 75, that's the main area right there. That would break this overhead resistance. It would take it out of the 382 retracement area, and you could see it went up to 83 to 86. Oh, sorry about that. When my cat's jumping down. Hi, buddy. So Myro, yeah, like 0.0033, you get a break of that, and that would break this trend line, and watch, definitely watch for a move higher then. These RSIs are beat down to the ground. It could be getting there, right? The daily, you get this low here. Like I said, you'd have a higher low coming in over here. Is it relevant that it's that far back? It's almost 2 months ago. Probably not, right? But that daily RSI is just about there. If you're going to get a bounce, you would expect it to really, really soon. I mean, this thing has it ranged in here, right here. It just ranged. It's been ranging in here for quite a while. Your big drops were back here, right? On a daily in here. You can see it slowing up, right? It's not so drastic as it was back here. It's kind of sideways in here, really. You don't see no big drops like there was. Now, am I saying it's not going to go further down? No, I'm not saying that. Just like I said, the Fibonacci gives it a target, a little deeper here. Is it going to go deeper? We'll see. Right, gives it a target down there. 0028, roughly. If it plays with the fib here and works out like that, right? That giving it a target down towards that area. So keep an eye on this. Definitely could be looking at a possible bounce coming up. The RSIs are getting there. We'll see if Myro plays ball and bounces from here and heads to the upside or not. But watch for this 0.0028 and look for support. If it gets down there, and at the turnaround here, and hopefully head back up towards this trend line and get a break. 0.0033, big number. All right, want to see a break of that. Thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate you. Come join us in Discord. Come trade with us. We're in a Caspa long right now, and a Bitcoin long. We'd love to have you over there. We have a little over 100 members, and we'd love to have you along. It's $15 to sign up. You come check it out. Thank you so much. Love you guys. Talk to you soon.